Morning, 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 good morning. Welcome to our Wednesday morning class. Just going to go live here on Instagram as well. I'm quite enjoying the Instagram lives. I'm hoping they're working, hoping people are watching it. Welcome to our Wednesday morning session. We will continue, we'll go over the stuff that we did last week as well in terms of the getting up and down off the floor. So it's a little bit more strength-based, resistance-based. As always, if anything hurts, if you have any pain or any strain, then you just stop. It's not about forcing anything whatsoever. So we're going to start off with a little bit of limbering up. So knocking, rotating through hips and waist. And then we'll do some nice work on the hips and the ankles. And then we will get up and down. Breath is just easy in and out through the nose as always. As we're energizing the spine, getting that movement through the spine. Keep lifting and lengthening from the crown, just relaxing the shoulders between the shoulder blades. And slowing down now into water waves. Here's where we add that little bit of resistance. Softness, so really go slow. So you're really getting that contrast between the quicker movement and then this slower movement where you really like watching a slow motion movie. Let the knees soften. And take a moment, standing tall. Spinal cord breathing. We've done rotation of the spine. Let's do extension and flexion. Breathing in, bringing those elbows back. And then breathing out, bringing the elbows together. It's almost like rounding the back there, curling up into a little ball. Using the pelvis too, so tilting the pelvis forwards and backwards. Remember to have that little bit of bend in the knees here so the pelvis can tilt forwards and backwards. Following your breath, finding your nice rhythm. Take a rest when you're ready, just standing tall. And then what we call lateral flexion of the spine. Dog wags the tail. So really just free up that spine side to side. So the pelvis leads and then the rest of the spine just waves, follows on top of that, ripples on top of that. Feel the rib cage and the neck. And the breath is just light and easy. You don't even have to think about how you're breathing here. Just keeping the face relaxed. And take a rest. Standing tall. Let's do a little bit of balance. And this is nice also for strengthening, excuse me, strengthening the ankles. So what we're going to do is we're just going to shift the weight forward so you get the weight onto the balls of the feet. I'm going to turn around to the side so you can see. So I'm keeping tall through the spine there. You should be able to see me there from the side. Just shifting the weight forward so you feel the weight on the balls of the feet. So if I go too far, I'll fall forwards. Don't want to fall forwards. So shift the weight to the balls of the feet. Watch that we're not leaning forwards here with the upper body. Watch that we're not bringing the neck forwards. So you think of lifting tall as you shift the weight forward. So just shift the weight forwards and back a little bit. And we're not locking the knees out. Keep the legs straight, but don't lock the knees out like that. You just keep a little bit of softness in the knees. So it's almost like that gentle sway forwards and backwards. It might be what you feel when we do that little bit of bamboo in the wind at the end of the sessions. I know the feet are together in bamboo in the wind, but it's that idea of just shifting forwards. And really connect to the point on the ball of the foot. So the ball underneath the big toe, that bubbling spring point. Really feel that connection to the bubbling spring. And if you feel comfortable, what we're going to do is we're just going to raise the hands, or the arms and the hands. Obviously the hands are at the top of the arms. And then come up onto the balls of the feet. And then slowly lower back down to the heels. Bring the arm down. And again, raise. And lower. And then just keep going. This is really good because it gets you into the idea of just aligning yourself with gravity. Watch that you're not tightening the shoulders. So this is a common one that you lift and really tighten the shoulders. Drop the shoulders. And the other thing to watch, keep going, but I'll just show you from the side. Watch that when you raise the arms, this rib cage doesn't flare forwards and you compress the lower back here. So keep these lower ribs in the body. So that's quite a common that might happen, is the ribs will come forward. So just raise, keep the ribs in the body. You'll feel then, whoa, my core, that center point is really working. Let's do a couple more. This is a really nice one for running. Have that sense of aligning yourself with gravity as you're moving forwards. Good, that's good balance. We're going to add that sort of movement to what we did last week, that split squat. So I'm going to show you from the side, but you can obviously keep facing front onto the camera. So you choose whichever side you want to step back with. Let's do this together. So I'm going to step back on my right side, balance on the right, and then just bring the palms together here. This is quite nice to have your palms together at the front of the chest because it keeps the chest lifted and you're not leaning forward. Keep the ribs in. Just lower towards the ground and then come back up. You can straighten that front leg, again without locking out, straighten the back leg. Let's just do a few lowers. Come back up. Keep doing that. I think if you're watching on Instagram, sorry, I think you cut off because it's a narrower screen there. You get the phone screen. So I'm showing you there from the front. So this is different to a lunge. So we're not going into a full lunge. We're just doing that little split squat. Let's do one more. Take a rest. The other thing to be aware of is stay on the train tracks of the hip width apart. We're not out here, because sometimes you can have misaligned there and then the hips all over the place. Nothing wrong in doing that as a squat, but for this I want to keep on those train tracks. Let's go on the other side. So balance. You can step back. Balance first. Palms together. This really keeps that spine nice and long. Lower and stand up. Keep breathing. Let's do two more. And then you just shift your weight forward, step forwards. Shaking out the legs. We're going to do that again. And we're going to add a little heel raise on that. If you've got any issues with the ankles, if this is too challenging, if there's any pain, just stay with what we've just done there. I will show you from the side again. Hopefully that all fits into the screen. We step back, we balance, get that upper body in the good position, nice and taut through the spine. We lower, keep that heel on the ground of that leg, but then when you lower, you just raise the heel, lower the heel, come up to standing. So we lower, raise the heel, lower the heel, come up to standing. So just repeat that. Keep that spine long. I've just swapped sides there, but just keep on the same side. Maybe do 4 each side. Again, just do what you feel is challenging, but not painful, not overreaching. Really good for ankles, balance. So if you haven't swapped sides, swap sides. Keep breathing through it, so no holding of the breath. And then when you're ready, step forwards. It's good. Looks good, but everyone on Zoom, give your legs a little bit of a shake out, give your arms a little bit of a shake out. Then we're going to come down onto the floor in whichever way you are comfortable getting down onto the floor. And we'll do our little bit of hip work on the floor. So we will take one knee out to the side and then bring that other knee in. So you've got like 90 degrees there. Now I know a lot of people can get that opposite hip on the floor there. I can't get that opposite hip on the floor, but this is really working on getting the hips mobile, helping to strengthen but also mobilize the hips. So we're going to rotate round, look behind, give that little twist through the spine, and then knees fold the other way round. Right, I'm just sat on the microphone. Hopefully you can still hear me. I haven't turned the microphone off. Can you still hear me on Zoom? Yeah? Good. Turn round, look, and round. Now I know you'll watch loads of yoga videos and everybody's doing this amazing hip work. We're all just where we're at this moment in time. We can only improve from where we are. So again, it's not about trying to force yourself into a position that you see on Instagram or in yoga. You just go and just think about what you're doing. You just get in these hips working, mobilizing, moving. The idea is, as much as possible, keep this spine nice and long. Let's do one more each side. I think I'm sliding forwards, sliding off the mat. And then take a rest. And then next one, legs out in front. So still keep the knees soft. We're not locking the knees. Remember, very rarely do we hyperextend, i.e. lock the knees or lock the elbows or anything. So we're keeping the legs long but the knees soft. It's the same thing but just with those longer legs. Now you see there, a little bit of bend in the knee, a little bit of bend in the knee. That's absolutely fine, but we're just keeping long legs. And again, I'm sliding forwards on the floor. Got a nice click through the spine there. Have that little bit of space as well, so I'm really going forwards. I'm going to be under the desk in a minute. This always feels, I like this one, I like this one just to get that movement through the hips. Feel as if you're really encouraging the length of all that fascia all the way through the body. And then let's have a little rest there. Rest in whichever position you find comfortable. And this does get you nice and warm. I feel nice and warmed up now. And then we're going to do our getting up from the floor. So I'm going to swing round to this side. Now the idea here is to keep the legs long and again as tall as possible through that spine. This is where I can really feel that tightness in my back line, in the hamstrings and things. So again, I'm not forcing anything, but I'm just going for that idea of just keeping as tall as possible through the spine there. And then we're going to roll. Just going to move this microphone because I don't want to turn the microphone off. I'll put it in that pocket as I roll on this side. We're going to roll to one side. And then this back leg, have that knee pointing towards the ceiling. Watch that it's not dropping in. So the back leg, knees pointing to the ceiling, nice and solid there through the foot on the ground. You're going to use this back leg to lift the hips. So you could almost like lift and stay on that one hand. So you can swing that leg through. That leg, then you become onto the knee. And then you can bring the opposite leg through there. So we're in almost like that split squat position. Then you can come tall with the upper body. And it's then just shifting the weight forwards onto that front leg, standing up, and then bringing the feet together. And then when we just repeat that, going back down. So you're going into that split squat position. You've done this already very comfortably. You lower that back knee and then you stay tall here. Reach forward so you can put both hands onto the floor. You can then bring this leg there, knee pointing towards the sky. Use the weight, upper body weight onto the hands and then swing that leg through. You can almost bring that arm up and you can lower and sit and then sit tall. There I can feel those hamstrings. The key is with this movement is that you could stop at any point. So you're in control throughout the movement. Let's swing it round. hopefully we can see on the portrait screen there. Long legs, tall spine. I'm going to put the microphone in the other pocket so I don't squash the mic on this side. Bear with me. So tall spine, roll, and then back leg, plant firmly on the ground. Back knee pointing towards the sky. That means you can shift the weight, swing that leg through, knee goes on the ground, and then you bring that front knee forwards. Stand tall with the upper body first. So tall here, and then you're just shifting your weight forwards and then coming up to standing. Now I always find I'm much stronger through this right side, so it's easy to, I'm mirroring you now, so this is, you're seeing this on the left, but I'm strong on the right side. I find it a lot easier to come forwards and stand up on the right than I do the left. So you might find that. One side is slightly different to the other side. Let's step back, let's go back down, balance, slowly low down, so we're not crashing onto the ground. See how slow you can go? Think of the Qigong, nice and slow, lower the knee. And then you can bring arms forward, so lean forward, you've got weight through that front leg. Back leg goes onto the ground. Now that becomes the back leg. You can swing that leg through, lower yourself, and sit tall. Shall we do one each side? Let's do it smoothly. Keep it as smooth and as effortless as possible. Let's swing round. I'll talk you through it, but go with your own flow again, nice and tall. Roll. Back leg support. Use that back leg to swing the front leg through. You're balanced on the knee. Then you're bringing that front leg through. Get tall here first. I think I'm completely off the camera now. I think I'm over there. Shift the weight forwards, come up to standing. Good. And then sit down or get back down to the ground. Balance, lower. Shift the weight forwards. Bring that leg out to the side. Swing through, lower down, sit tall. Swing round. Tall, 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 tall. Roll, back leg, swing through, step through, upper body tall. This is where that really works, upper body tall, step up, step forwards, step back down, balance, you're in your split squat there, lean forwards, swing through, sit tall. And then seeing as that was the last one we did, we've still got to get up. So we'll get up the same side. So roll, step, see how smooth you can make it, step through, tall, come up to standing. It's amazing how warm that can make you. So there's a lot of everything's working there. It's a really good little exercise. Let's do a little bit of a shake out. Let's do a bit of a cleansing and clearing. You can do that with the breath, so you can breathe in. That was fun. That was a good way to wake ourselves up on a Wednesday morning. Tapping the heels into the ground, getting the shoulders going. The cleansing and clearing breath. Nice calm breath in through the nose. And then slowing it down, and then balancing that out. Just opening the palms, the shoulders, just really now letting the breath soften. Keep that breath soft and so light in and out through the nose. really let the breath settle. Feel the heart rate coming down. Pulling down the heavens, breathing in. Breathing out. Keep the breathing as light as possible. We're just balancing out the cleansing and clearing breath with gentle, light, soft, easy breathing. Rebalancing our oxygen and carbon dioxide. Moving into bamboo in the wind. And just letting your body just rock and sway, unwind after some really energizing movements, some nice strengthening movements, some nice mobilizing movements of the spine and the hips. And then taking a nice calm, full of breath, opening your eyes and stepping out. Reaching above the head, pressing the palms together, bringing the elbow, bending the elbows, bringing the hands down the back of the neck, front of the body, back of the legs, inside of the legs, and rubbing the belly. Excellent. Good, good, good. Hopefully you feel a little bit energized there, you feel nice and ready for the day. Thanks for joining. If you are, just for the Oxygen Advantage coaches, if you've trained with Andrew and myself, if you've done the mentor program, we've got a catch up this evening at 7:30, so just a reminder on that. And also tomorrow I've got another breath source class. These are going really well actually, the breath source classes. We'll be looking at Bolt Score, Breathe Light from the Oxygen Advantage, and I'm going to be doing some mindful box breathing. That's quite a fun little practice as well. So if you want to jump in on that, there will be, you'll be emailed if you're on the Zoom, and I'll put a link in Instagram as well, or on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for your time, thanks for your attention, have a great rest of the day. If I don't see you tonight or tomorrow, I will see you next Monday when we'll do some focus on the breath work. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.